The way they were able to go around arenas across the country and sell them out, and little girls are now dreaming about being like Caitlin. It has been great.
The sports world was left in utter disbelief after a shocking live TV moment that's already gone viral. Angel Reese, one of the biggest names in women's basketball, faced an intense and unexpected takedown during a live broadcast, and the fallout is spreading like wildfire. Known for her confidence on the court, Reese has built a reputation as a dominant, fearless athlete, celebrated for her skill, charisma, and competitive edge. But even the most confident stars can find themselves in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons, and what happened during this broadcast has fans, analysts, and social media users talking non-stop. The incident occurred during a high-profile segment featuring NBA legend Magic Johnson, whose presence alone commands attention and respect. Reese, usually composed and in control, was confronted with sharp criticism and pointed remarks that seemed to shake her composure. Viewers immediately noticed the shift. The confident, witty demeanor she's known for on the court and in interviews gave way to visible frustration and tension. Social media erupted with reactions, clips, and hot takes as fans tried to process what they had just witnessed. The phrase "she's finished" began trending, reflecting the shock and disbelief surrounding the moment. But this wasn't just a personal attack or casual critique, it was a public dismantling, broadcast live to millions of viewers. Analysts quickly dissected every second, debating whether Reese's response was appropriate, whether Johnson's remarks were fair, and what this meant for her image both on and off the court. Every gesture, facial expression, and word was scrutinized, magnifying the intensity of the situation. For an athlete whose confidence is part of her brand, this live TV humiliation became a defining moment, sparking debates about accountability, perception, and the pressures women athletes face in the public eye. Fans were divided. Some criticized Reese for appearing rattled, claiming the moment revealed cracks in her confidence. Others defended her, pointing out that live television is unpredictable and even the best performers can be caught off guard. Across platforms, clips of the segment went viral within minutes, accumulating millions of views and comments. Memes, reaction videos, and analysis clips began circulating, each dissecting the dynamic between Reese and Johnson. What was intended as a discussion about basketball and performance quickly turned into a broader conversation about celebrity, scrutiny, and how even elite athletes can face moments of vulnerability in the public eye. This incident isn't just a story about embarrassment or defeat, it's a moment that exposes the intersection of talent, confidence, and scrutiny at the highest levels of sports. Angel Reese's reaction, the intensity of Johnson's criticism, and the ensuing social media frenzy illustrate how quickly public perception can shift, and how a single live TV moment can redefine the narrative for a rising star. Whether this will be a temporary stumble or a lasting blow to her reputation remains to be seen, but one thing is certain: the sports world is watching, debating, and reacting, and Angel Reese's legacy will be shaped by how she responds next. The live television segment that shook the sports world started as a routine discussion, but quickly escalated into something no one expected. Angel Reese, widely regarded as one of the most dominant figures in women's college basketball, stepped onto the set with confidence, ready to share her insights and discuss the recent games that had put her in the national spotlight. Her reputation for skill, athleticism, and outspoken confidence preceded her. Reese had never shied away from expressing her opinions or showing emotion on the court, making her a figure that fans and analysts alike watched closely. The stage was set for what was supposed to be an engaging conversation about her performance, her team, and the growing influence of women in basketball. But live television has a way of exposing vulnerability, even in the most seasoned athletes, and what unfolded would become one of the most talked about moments in sports media history. From the moment the cameras rolled, it was clear that Reese was prepared to command the conversation. She spoke eloquently about her training regimen, the challenges her team faced, and the evolving...
Mentions Larry Bird, and obviously we know the rivalry that you two had and how important you two coming into the league. 2 years ago in the women's NCAA championship, Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark had a moment, which I immediately compared to you and Larry. And they have translated to the WNBA in a lot of very mirrored ways. But do you like that comparison, and do you see where that is going?
Landscape of women's basketball. Her presence was magnetic. Viewers could feel the energy she brought, the passion for her sport, and the unwavering determination that had defined her rise. But this day was different. Sharing the stage with her was NBA legend Magic Johnson, whose stature in the basketball world is unparalleled. Known not just for his Hall of Fame career but also for his sharp insight and no-nonsense approach to commentary, Johnson's reputation preceded him. What started as a discussion about performance metrics and strategy soon shifted when Johnson began to directly challenge Reese on several points, scrutinizing both her gameplay and her public persona. The first moments of tension were subtle, almost imperceptible. Reese, who is typically quick to respond with confidence and charm, hesitated slightly as Johnson questioned her approach to leadership and her decision-making on the court. What might have been a typical exchange between athletes became more pointed as Johnson's critiques intensified. He addressed her aggressive style, suggesting that her competitive edge sometimes crossed into behavior that might be misinterpreted by the media and fans. For Reese, whose image has always been a blend of fierce competitor and relatable role model, this was unexpected. The words, coming from one of basketball's most respected figures, carried weight, and the shift in tone was immediately noticeable to viewers at home. As the segment progressed, the scrutiny became sharper. Johnson's critiques were delivered with the precision of someone who has navigated the pressures of professional basketball at the highest level. He dissected her on-court decision-making, her reactions to pressure, and even her off-court statements that had previously gone viral. Each comment seemed to peel back layers of confidence, and Reese's usual composure began to show cracks. Viewers could see a mix of emotions, defensiveness, frustration, and the strain of being challenged in real time on a national stage. Social media users immediately began reacting, sharing clips and pausing segments to analyze every facial expression and body language cue. The tension in the studio was palpable, and it quickly became clear that this was no ordinary interview. In addition to the critique, Reese faced challenges defending herself while maintaining her image. Public figures, particularly women in sports, are often expected to strike a delicate balance between confidence and humility, assertiveness and approachability. Johnson's remarks, while professional in intent, tested this balance in a very public setting. Reese's responses, though articulate, revealed the difficulty of navigating such high-pressure scrutiny live, without the safety net of prepared statements or post-interview edits. Every second on screen amplified the stakes. Millions were watching, sharing, and forming opinions that would spread across platforms faster than ever before. As the discussion continued, the dynamic shifted further, and Reese's vulnerability became more pronounced. Magic Johnson, respected for his authority and experience, pushed her to respond to scenarios she may not have fully anticipated. The challenge was both personal and professional, forcing her to reconcile her public persona with real-time critique. Fans watching at home immediately recognized the tension, many expressing concern for how Reese would handle such a direct confrontation. Clips of the exchange began circulating almost immediately, drawing comments, memes, and intense debate about whether Reese was finished or simply facing a momentary challenge. The sheer speed with which the incident spread highlighted the power of modern media. A single live TV moment could now dominate global conversations within minutes. The fallout extended beyond social media. Analysts, sports journalists, and commentators weighed in, dissecting every word and gesture. Some praised Johnson for his direct approach, arguing that young athletes benefit from candid feedback, while others questioned the fairness of such public critique, especially given the power dynamics at play. Reese's reaction became a teaching moment and a flashpoint in discussions about gender, media scrutiny, and the pressures placed on women in sports. The conversation was no longer just about basketball, it was about perception, resilience, and the often unforgiving spotlight of public life. At the heart of the segment was a simple truth: Angel Reese, like any athlete, is human. Her skills, accomplishments, and confidence do not make her impervious to criticism or immune to emotional reactions. In fact, the intensity of her performance and the visibility of her platform make these moments even more magnified. While the broadcast was challenging, it also offered a glimpse into the complexity of being a rising star in an environment that constantly evaluates, measures, and often scrutinizes every move. Reese's reactions, her slight hesitation, her attempts to respond thoughtfully, and her visible struggle to maintain composure, reminded viewers that public figures navigate an extraordinary pressure, often balancing authenticity with expectation. By the end of the segment, the damage, if it could even be called that, was already widespread. Social media erupted with discussions ranging from concern to criticism, and the incident was analyzed from every possible angle. Yet, what stood out most was the reminder that live television is unpredictable and unfiltered. Even the most confident, talented, and experienced athletes can face moments that challenge their poise and test their resilience. For Angel Reese, this moment, while difficult, became a defining instance in her journey, a reminder that scrutiny, challenge, and growth often arrive simultaneously, and that the way she navigates the aftermath could define not just her public image, but her legacy in women's basketball. In many ways, this live TV incident wasn't just a confrontation or a critique. It was a pivotal chapter in Reese's career. It exposed the pressures of fame, the reality of public expectations, and the intensity of real-time critique from one of basketball's most respected figures. The combination of emotion, skill, and scrutiny created a moment that would be replayed, analyzed, and discussed for months, illustrating the complexity of being a top athlete in an era where every gesture and word is magnified by social media. And while some may see it as a humiliation, others recognize it as a critical lesson in navigating public life, resilience, and the delicate balance of confidence and composure under pressure. The fallout from Angel Reese's live TV moment didn't take long to explode across the sports world. Within minutes of the segment ending, clips of her reaction and Magic Johnson's pointed remarks began circulating across Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. Social media lit up with a mix of disbelief, analysis, and, as is often the case, memes, each one dissecting every gesture, every facial expression, and every word exchanged during the tense broadcast. Fans debated whether Reese had been humiliated unfairly, or if the confrontation was simply a reflection of the high-pressure environment that elite athletes navigate daily. The incident highlighted just how closely the public watches the lives of sports figures, particularly women in positions of prominence, where every misstep, no matter how minor, is amplified and dissected in real time. For Reese, the experience was a stark reminder of the double-edged sword that comes with fame. Her meteoric rise in women's basketball has been fueled by talent, charisma, and confidence, making her a standout figure not only on the court but also in media and promotional appearances. Yet, the very qualities that have propelled her to stardom, her outspoken nature, her energy, and her unapologetic demeanor, also make her a target for scrutiny. The live TV incident illuminated the thin line between confidence and perceived arrogance, illustrating how quickly public perception can shift in the eyes of fans, analysts, and critics alike. While some supporters rushed to defend her, others questioned whether she was unprepared for such a high-pressure live exchange with a figure of Johnson's stature. The sports media landscape quickly became saturated with expert commentary. Analysts on various networks replayed the segment, breaking it down frame by frame. They examined Johnson's tone, Reese's body language, and the subtle shifts in her composure. Some praised Johnson for his candid, educational approach, framing his critique as a lesson for a rising athlete still navigating the spotlight. Others argued that the exchange was unnecessarily harsh, especially in a live setting, pointing out the imbalance in power dynamics between a seasoned NBA legend and a young collegiate player. These discussions expanded beyond basketball, touching on broader themes of mentorship, accountability, and the responsibility of media personalities to handle criticism constructively, particularly when addressing younger athletes with massive public followings. Fans were equally vocal, taking to social media to express a spectrum of emotions. Some were sympathetic, emphasizing Reese's humanity and the pressure she faces as one of the most visible women in basketball. They highlighted the challenges of being constantly scrutinized, noting that even minor missteps can go viral and define public perception for weeks, if not longer. Others criticized her response, claiming that her hesitation or visible frustration was a sign of unpreparedness or vulnerability under pressure. The debates became intense, with thousands of users dissecting video clips, creating memes, and engaging in lengthy discussions about how women athletes are often held to different standards than their male counterparts, especially in high-profile media settings. Meanwhile, Reese's team and close advisors were likely analyzing every detail behind the scenes. public relations strategy became critical as they worked to manage both the immediate backlash and the long-term implications for her image. In an era where viral moments can shape an athlete's brand as much as their performance on the court, controlling the narrative becomes essential. Statements, interviews, and social media posts needed to strike a careful balance, acknowledging the incident without overreacting, defending her credibility without escalating conflict, and maintaining her image as a confident, capable athlete. This delicate navigation of public perception highlights how, for elite athletes, career management extends far beyond skills on the court. It involves understanding, adapting to, and shaping the cultural conversation. The live TV confrontation also sparked broader discussions about the pressures faced by women in sports. Unlike their male counterparts, female athletes often contend with heightened scrutiny regarding demeanor, appearance, and emotional expression. Moments of vulnerability, such as Reese's reaction, are disproportionately amplified, creating an environment where confidence must be constantly balanced with perception. Analysts, journalists, and fans debated whether the incident reflected unfair criticism, systemic gender bias, or simply a teaching moment handled publicly. Regardless of interpretation, the conversation emphasized the heightened stakes for women athletes and the scrutiny they face in every aspect of their careers. Beyond social media and commentary, the incident also impacted the collegiate basketball community. Coaches, teammates, and other players weighed in, reflecting on the lessons learned and the resilience required to navigate public challenges. For younger players aspiring to emulate Reese's success, the episode served as both a cautionary tale and a motivational story. Even the most talented, confident, and skilled athletes are not immune to critique, and how they respond to public adversity can influence their career trajectory as much as their performance on the court. The situation highlighted the importance of mentorship, preparation, and emotional intelligence, reinforcing that athletic development extends beyond physical skill into areas of media management, personal composure, and strategic communication. Despite the backlash and viral attention, Reese's core strengths remained intact. Her athletic prowess, competitive drive, and ability to dominate on the court continue to define her legacy and career prospects. What the live TV incident did reveal, however, was the heightened pressure that comes with visibility, fame, and being a role model. It exposed the thin margin between confidence and vulnerability, and how quickly the public can interpret emotion as weakness. For Reese, the challenge now extends beyond basketball. It's about managing public perception, learning from the encounter, and turning a viral, potentially damaging moment into an opportunity for growth, resilience, and strengthened reputation. The broader lesson for fans, athletes, and observers alike is clear. Live media is unpredictable, public scrutiny is relentless, and even elite athletes must navigate these dynamics carefully. The incident between Angel Reese and Magic Johnson, while uncomfortable to watch for some, offers a unique glimpse into the realities of fame, gender dynamics, and performance under pressure. It underscores the importance of preparation, mental fortitude, and the ability to maintain composure when faced with criticism from someone whose authority and experience carry weight far beyond the average commentator. By the end of the week, the conversation around Reese had transformed from a moment of humiliation to a complex discussion about resilience, leadership, and growth. Analysts revisited the clips with a more nuanced perspective, fans reconsidered initial judgments, and Reese's team began carefully shaping the narrative around her response. The viral moment, while jarring, became an opportunity for reflection, a reminder that public figures are human, that mistakes and challenges are inevitable, and that true strength lies not in avoiding criticism but in responding to it with intelligence, strategy, and poise. The conversation surrounding Angel Reese's live TV moment continued to intensify as more voices weighed in, from sports analysts to social media influencers, and even fellow athletes. The segment had become more than a simple critique or debate. It evolved into a cultural flashpoint, sparking dialogue about the expectations placed on women athletes, the pressures of visibility, and the fine line between confidence and vulnerability. Analysts revisited the clip repeatedly, breaking down each gesture, intonation, and facial expression, trying to determine whether Reese's reaction was a misstep, a teachable moment, or simply a human response under immense pressure. For fans, the incident became fodder for endless debate, with hashtags, reaction videos, and commentary threads dominating social media feeds worldwide. What made this moment so striking was the authority of the person delivering the critique. Magic Johnson, an NBA legend with decades of experience, was no ordinary commentator. His reputation for candidness and his history of success in basketball gave weight to every word he spoke. When he challenged Reese on her demeanor, decision-making, and leadership qualities, it was more than advice, it was a direct evaluation from one of the most respected voices in the sport. For Reese, this meant that her every response was amplified not only by the cameras in the studio but also by the millions of viewers who trust Johnson's perspective. The stakes were high, and the pressure of live television made the confrontation feel even more intense. Fans quickly noticed subtle signs that Reese was struggling to maintain her usual composure. Normally quick-witted and confident, she showed flashes of hesitation, slight shifts in posture, and moments where her response didn't land with the clarity she intended. In a media environment where every micro-expression is analyzed, these moments were magnified, sparking commentary from every corner. Some viewers saw her reaction as a sign of weakness, a crack in the armor of a rising star. Others argued that it was a completely natural response to being challenged so directly by a figure of Johnson's stature, a reminder that even the most talented athletes are human and can be caught off guard in high-pressure situations. The broader sports community began to engage with the narrative, using the incident as a teaching moment for both athletes and commentators alike. Coaches emphasized the importance of mental preparation, not just physical skill, when appearing in media settings. Former players shared insights on handling critique from experienced figures, particularly in live settings where mistakes are instantly broadcast and analyzed. Discussions emerged about the necessity of emotional intelligence, media training, and resilience, traits that are increasingly vital for athletes whose influence extends beyond the court and into the public and social media spheres. Social media commentary was particularly intense. Clips of Reese's reactions were shared widely, paired with commentary ranging from supportive to critical. Memes and reaction videos proliferated, reflecting both humor and outrage, while longer-form content analyzed the incident in depth, providing context on her career, leadership style, and public persona. Some fans created side-by-side comparisons of Reese's performances on the court versus her responses in media settings, sparking debate about how athletes present themselves in different arenas and the pressures of being scrutinized on multiple fronts. Another aspect of the fallout was the discussion about gender dynamics in sports. Reese's experience highlighted how women athletes often face unique scrutiny, particularly regarding confidence, assertiveness, and emotional expression. Moments of vulnerability or hesitation, which might be overlooked or even praised in male athletes, can be harshly judged for women, creating an additional layer of pressure. Analysts and commentators weighed in on this disparity, noting that while Reese's skills and achievements are extraordinary, the public and media scrutiny she faces is compounded by expectations around gender, appearance, and demeanor. The live TV incident thus became not just about an individual exchange, but about the systemic challenges faced by women in elite sports. Behind the scenes, Reese's team and mentors were actively managing the situation, aware that the viral moment had the potential to shape public perception for months. Strategic communications became essential, crafting statements, highlighting her accomplishments, and redirecting the conversation toward her strengths and resilience. The goal was to ensure that the narrative did not remain dominated by a single challenging moment, but instead reflected the complexity of her persona, a confident, talented athlete who is human, ambitious, and continually learning. This careful management of narrative illustrated how modern athletes must navigate a world where social media, live broadcasts, and public scrutiny intersect in unpredictable ways. The live TV confrontation also inspired broader discussions about accountability, criticism, and the responsibility of experienced figures in media. While some argued that Johnson's critique was fair and potentially educational, others questioned whether the public setting was appropriate for such a direct challenge. The balance between mentorship and public critique became a key talking point, raising questions about how athletes, commentators, and fans interact in an era where every comment is amplified and recorded. The incident became a case study for the importance of empathy, timing, and strategic delivery when addressing rising talent, A lesson not only for Reese, but for anyone navigating the high-stakes world of professional and collegiate sports. For Reese herself, the aftermath provided an opportunity for reflection and growth. Being challenged in such a visible and intense way forced her to consider not only how she responds in the moment, but also how she manages public perception moving forward. Coaches and mentors emphasized the importance of preparation for live interactions, media appearances, and unexpected critique. The incident became a catalyst for developing additional skills beyond the court: communication, emotional resilience, and strategic response. These lessons, though born from a difficult experience, are critical for long-term success and leadership in professional sports. By the time the media frenzy began to settle, the story had taken on multiple layers. On one level, it was about a single live TV confrontation between a young athlete and an NBA legend. On another, it was about the pressures of fame, the expectations placed on women in sports, and the complex interplay between confidence and public perception. Reese's reaction, while initially interpreted by some as a moment of vulnerability, ultimately highlighted the very real human challenges that come with being a high-profile figure. Her composure, her ability to process criticism, and the support structures around her all became part of a broader narrative about resilience, growth, and the evolution of a rising star. Ultimately, this episode reinforced a key lesson for fans, athletes, and observers alike. Moments of challenge, scrutiny, and public critique are inevitable, but they also provide opportunities for growth, reflection, and strategic adaptation. Angel Reese's live TV experience, though uncomfortable and widely discussed, offered insights into the pressures faced by elite athletes, the impact of gendered scrutiny, and the importance of support, preparation, and resilience in navigating the modern sports landscape. It was a moment that tested her, but also one that could define how she responds to public pressure in the years to come. The aftermath of Angel Reese's live television confrontation with Magic Johnson continued to unfold over the following days, amplifying discussions about the pressures faced by elite athletes, particularly women in high-profile sports. While the initial segment sparked immediate viral attention, the longer-term analysis began to focus on how this moment could shape Reese's career trajectory, public perception, and personal growth. For Reese, who had already experienced intense scrutiny as one of the most prominent figures in women's basketball, the event became a critical moment of introspection, an opportunity to assess how she navigates criticism, visibility, and the complex expectations placed upon her as a rising star. Fans and commentators alike continued dissecting the interaction. Clips of the live segment were replayed on every major social media platform, from Twitter threads analyzing micro-expressions to TikTok videos offering real-time reactions and humorous edits. Reaction videos began to frame the moment as a learning experience, highlighting both Reese's strengths and the areas where she appeared to falter under pressure. Analysts pointed out that, while she showed vulnerability during the exchange, her ability to respond thoughtfully, despite visible tension, revealed maturity beyond her years. The viral nature of the incident underscored a critical reality for modern athletes. Live moments are now instantly immortalized online, where public reaction can shift from judgment to analysis in a matter of minutes. Reese's coaching staff and advisors were quick to respond, emphasizing the importance of using the moment strategically. They worked to ensure that the narrative didn't solely define her by a single confrontation, but instead highlighted her accomplishments, leadership qualities, and potential for growth. In interviews following the segment, Reese's teammates and mentors defended her resilience, noting that even the most experienced athletes face moments of vulnerability under scrutiny. Their commentary helped contextualize the incident, demonstrating that learning to navigate public critique is an essential skill for athletes whose careers extend far beyond their on-court performance. The broader discussion also began to explore gender dynamics within sports. Many commentators emphasized that women athletes are often held to higher standards regarding composure, demeanor, and emotional expression than their male counterparts. While male athletes might be praised for displaying intensity or passion, women frequently face criticism for the same behaviors. Reese's experience became a case study for this disparity, sparking conversations about systemic challenges faced by women in athletics. Social media posts debated whether the scrutiny she endured was proportionate, with some arguing that it highlighted an ongoing bias in how female athletes are perceived and evaluated in the public eye. Beyond social media and commentary, Reese's live TV moment drew attention from educational institutions, sports programs, and leadership experts. Workshops and panel discussions began referencing the incident as an example of resilience under pressure, emotional intelligence, and professional growth. Meanwhile, the media's analysis highlighted the evolving nature of celebrity in sports. Athletes are no longer evaluated solely by their performance on the court. Their influence on social media, ability to engage with fans, and handling of public critique have become equally significant. In this context, Reese's live TV experience was not merely a personal setback but a lesson in the complexities of modern fame. Commentators noted that while moments of vulnerability can be uncomfortable, they also provide opportunities to humanize public figures, creating deeper connections with fans who see them navigate challenges just like anyone else. The incident also reignited discussions about mentorship and guidance for young athletes. Magic Johnson's role in the exchange, while controversial to some, highlighted the importance of experienced voices in shaping emerging talent. Analysts debated whether the critique could have been delivered in a different setting or tone, but most agreed that it underscored the value of candid feedback from respected figures. For Reese, learning to process such critiques constructively became a critical step in her professional development. The segment served as a reminder that mentorship, guidance, and exposure to high-pressure scenarios are essential for long-term success in sports. Fans continued to support Reese, but their reactions evolved from initial shock to strategic analysis. Many highlighted her skills, leadership, and influence on the court, arguing that one public confrontation should not overshadow her achievements. Online discussions increasingly emphasized growth, resilience, and the ability to adapt, traits that define not just great athletes, but great leaders. Social media became a forum for reflection, with users sharing insights about how public figures handle criticism, maintain composure, and leverage challenges into opportunities for personal and professional growth. Reese herself took time to reflect privately, consulting with mentors, coaches, and advisors about how best to move forward. While the live segment was a moment of public challenge, it also provided a roadmap for improvement in handling media scrutiny, emotional management, and public perception. Observers noted that her willingness to face the situation head-on, even when uncomfortable, reflected maturity, self-awareness, and determination to grow from the experience. These qualities, many analysts agreed, would ultimately strengthen her leadership and influence both on and off the court. The incident also had broader cultural implications. Reese's experience highlighted the intense pressures faced by young athletes who are thrust into the national spotlight. It sparked discussions about resilience, accountability, and the importance of balancing confidence with humility. Sports media used the moment to illustrate broader lessons about navigating public life, while fans began examining their own expectations for athletes, acknowledging the human side of those often perceived as invincible. In this way, the live TV confrontation became more than just a viral clip. It became a reference point for conversations about character, leadership, and personal growth in sports. Ultimately, the aftermath of Reese's live TV experience emphasized the duality of public scrutiny and opportunity. While the incident revealed moments of vulnerability, it also highlighted her ability to process feedback, maintain composure, and learn from challenges. Her team's strategic handling of the narrative, combined with public support and cultural discussions about gender and resilience, transformed what could have been a purely negative experience into a pivotal chapter in her career. Reese's ability to leverage this moment for growth, learning, and leadership became the defining takeaway. That challenges, even when public and intense, can be catalysts for development, influence, and long-term success. As weeks turned into months following Angel Reese's viral live TV moment, the story evolved beyond a single confrontation into a defining chapter of her career. The initial shock, social media uproar, and media scrutiny gradually transformed into a broader dialogue about resilience, growth, and the pressures of public life for athletes. For Reese, this period became not only about managing her image but also about leveraging the experience to reinforce her presence as one of the most dynamic and influential figures in women's basketball. What had begun as a tense exchange with Magic Johnson had grown into a pivotal lesson in navigating fame, leadership, and personal development under the brightest of spotlights. The fan response continued to be a significant force shaping the narrative. Initially, the viral clips had sparked mixed reactions, some sympathetic, others critical, but as time passed, a clearer consensus emerged. Fans recognized that moments of vulnerability do not diminish talent. If anything, they humanize public figures and offer opportunities for deeper connection. Reese's ability to reflect on the incident publicly, without overreacting or retreating, garnered praise and admiration. Commentary shifted from immediate judgment to a recognition of her resilience, her willingness to learn, and her commitment to personal and professional growth. Social media campaigns, fan edits, and discussion threads highlighted not just her on-court achievements, but also her ability to navigate one of the most challenging aspects of fame, public scrutiny. Behind the scenes, Reese's team and advisors worked diligently to maintain momentum in her career. Media training, interviews, and public appearances were carefully coordinated to ensure that her narrative remained balanced and positive. They emphasized her leadership qualities, her dedication to basketball, and her role as a role model for young athletes navigating similar pressures. Every media interaction became an opportunity to showcase her growth, turning what could have been a lingering point of criticism into a testament to her resilience and maturity. The strategic handling of her public image highlighted how modern athletes must balance performance, personality, and perception in a world where every moment is magnified by the immediacy of social media. The professional implications of the live TV incident also became apparent. Coaches, league officials, and industry insiders noted that Reese's experience offered lessons about emotional intelligence, composure under pressure, and the broader responsibilities of high-profile athletes. Workshops and seminars for young athletes began referencing her situation as a case study, emphasizing the importance of preparation, communication skills, and the ability to process feedback constructively. Reese's experience underscored the reality that success in sports extends far beyond athletic ability. It requires leadership, strategic thinking, and the resilience to respond positively to criticism and public pressure. The conversation around gender dynamics remained central. Analysts and commentators continued to explore how women in sports face disproportionate scrutiny, especially when displaying confidence or assertiveness. Reese's moment on live TV illustrated the intensity of this scrutiny, demonstrating that even elite athletes are not immune to public judgment. Discussions highlighted the importance of creating supportive environments for women athletes, promoting mentorship, and fostering resilience in the face of criticism. Media outlets continued to track her progress, noting how she returned to the court with renewed focus, determination, and maturity. Analysts praised her performances, emphasizing that her on-court excellence had not been diminished by the viral incident. Rather, the confrontation had underscored her resilience, demonstrating her ability to maintain high-level performance while navigating off-court pressures. Reese's story began to be cited not just as an example of athletic prowess, but as a testament to the complex interplay between public perception, personal growth, and professional development in modern sports. Fans remained engaged, celebrating Reese's continued success while using the incident as a point of reflection and discussion. Social media communities dissected her games, praised her leadership, and shared insights on how public figures navigate challenges. For young athletes and aspiring players, Reese became a symbol of resilience, someone who faced intense scrutiny, learned from it, and continued to thrive. Her journey highlighted the importance of self-awareness, support networks, and strategic decision-making in sustaining a successful career under the public eye. The longer-term cultural impact of the live TV moment also became evident. It sparked broader conversations about the expectations placed on young athletes, particularly women, and the ways in which public perception can shape careers. Reese's handling of the situation became a teaching tool, illustrating that growth often emerges from discomfort and that public setbacks can be transformed into opportunities for influence and leadership. Her ability to navigate these pressures with intelligence and poise reinforced her status not just as a remarkable athlete, but as a figure capable of inspiring and guiding others. Ultimately, the live TV incident, while initially perceived as a moment of humiliation, became a turning point in Angel Reese's career. It demonstrated the realities of fame, the pressures of scrutiny, and the need for resilience and strategic response in high-profile environments. Reese's journey from vulnerability to empowerment highlighted her growth as an athlete, a leader, and a public figure. By embracing the lessons of the experience and leveraging them for personal and professional development, she transformed a challenging moment into a defining chapter of her story, one that solidifies her legacy in women's basketball and serves as a powerful example of strength, growth, and perseverance under pressure. If you've been following Angel Reese's journey, it's clear that this story isn't just about one tense live TV moment. It's about resilience, growth, and the pressures that come with being a high-profile athlete. Reese's ability to face intense scrutiny, process criticism, and come back stronger highlights what it truly takes to thrive in competitive sports and the public eye. If you want more inside looks into the biggest moments in sports, breaking controversies, and viral events that shape athletes' careers, make sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you never miss updates, analysis, and behind-the-scenes insights from the worlds of basketball, football, and beyond. We also want to hear from you. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Do you think Angel Reese handled the situation the right way? How do you think this moment will shape her legacy moving forward? Join the conversation and let your voice be heard.